Hi all and welcome back to a new video, and it is another Cheltenham Antepost video. I decided, haven't done one of these videos for a few weeks. I've been waiting to see, certain odds going to certain places. What do I want to back? Obviously, you want to have horses that are going to win. You want to have good prices, though it's hard to constantly pick a horse each week because at times the markets can be very stagnant and there's not much to kind of go off. I obviously gave 7 at the start of the season. I then gave 2 in the first episode of this kind of series, and I'm going to give you 3 new ones today. One of which is a short price anti-post, and 2 are big roughies. That my philosophy with Cheltenham is that if you can land even one of these big roughies, you're going to have a decent enough week. You know, like with Album Photo last year, you bang 133 to 1 horse in, and suddenly things will start to take shape. Just to run through them quickly so far, what I've backed. Chacun pour Soi for the Champion Chase at 7 to 1. That's a very good bet at the moment. Min for the Ryanair at 12s. That's also a good bet. Sam's Profile at 33s for the RSA. Looks like he won't be going novice chasing this year. Elixir de Nuts at 33s for the Oracle. Another one that's not going to go chasing this year. Those were good bets, but just they're staying over hurdles, which is disappointing. Constantinople at 25 to 1 for the Triumph is a complete no-go. It was a real pie-in-the-sky thing. Don't know what got to me. 0-10 at 33 to 1 for the JLT. It's still 33s, we haven't seen him since I put up that bet, so we don't really know his well-being. Santa Rosa at 20s for the Mares Novice. That's looking precarious at the moment because we haven't seen her out so far this year. Penhill at 16s for the Stayers. He's still 16s. I wouldn't be disappointed with his run at Ferryhouse. I think he still has a 16 to 1 each way chance. And Urgent de Gregan at 14 for the cross country, which is still 14s in some places. And I just can't understand it. I don't know why he's not an 8 to 1 shot. But anyway, those are the 9 so far. So we've got 3 or 4 that have live chances, and we've 3 or 4 that have no chance. But that's just the way it is, unfortunately. That's anti-post betting for you. So 3 new ones to put in today, one of which, as I said, is a fairly obvious one. But I am putting my neck on the line in terms of what race he's going to run in, and it is Envoy Allen. The big flashy prices have gone at this stage. I got him at the end of last year. I know this is after time stuff, but I usually put on a tiny little kind of anti-post accumulator for the Cheltenham Festival, like the day after Cheltenham last year, and I have Envoy Allen at 8 to 1 for the Ballymore. But I don't think he's going to run in the Ballymore. I think he is going to run in the Supreme Novice Hurdle. He's 9 to 2 on the Betfair Exchange. That's the best price out there. The majority of the sports books are going 7 to 2. So, it's probably a 7 to 2 I'm putting it up at, because most of you guys are using the sports book instead of the exchange, which is fair because I use the sports book instead of the exchange pretty much all the time. I just think this horse, I don't know why they go for the Ballymore. It looks like Andy Dufresne is going to run on Sunday. If he wins that race around Navan over 2-4, he'll be the Gordon's Ballymore horse. Without Malone Road, they've no one that's an absolute cert for the Supreme. I think he'll end up running against Abracadabras again. I just don't see there anything being in England that would scare him. And I just think, you guys know at this stage how much I think of Envoy Allen. He's the type of horse you kind of need on your anti-post team, no matter what price he's at, because 7 to 2 still isn't a bad price, considering if he turns up on the Supreme on the day, he could be 6 to 4, 5 to 4. He could be your big jolly on the first day in the Supreme. So that's where I'm kind of coming from in that sort of sense. And he's a horse I want to get on this page of anti-post bets, and at 7 to 2, that will do me. But for the Supreme Novices Hurdle, not the Ballymore. The next one is in the Arkle. We've got 2 roughies here. 2 that I suspect not many of you guys were thinking of. Both at 33 to 1. And the one for the Arkle, I see the Arkle as being a wide open race. Fakir Dudaries is strong. Lorena, if she runs, is very strong. But where's the rest? The rest of the market is very wishy-washy. Horses that aren't very good, not going to run. I just can't see it. I think the English 2-mile novices are useless. You know, Al Dancer, Getaway Trump has already called quits on the novice chase campaign. Who else is there? Thomas Darby. He hasn't looked any great shakes. So I just think it's a race that can be exploited from a big price perspective. And a horse that I watched at Punchestown on Sunday, and I was very taken with until he fell, was Brecon. Brecon running in Alboom Photos colours for Willie Mullins. He was a 2-to-1 shot for a beginner's chase where it was him and Dunvegan really as a 2-horse race, to be honest. But this horse travelled and leapt superbly until 3 out, where it made a haymaker of a mistake and came to grief. He was 6 or 7 lengths in the lead that day. I don't buy this. Dunvegan was closing on him, but he was closing on him because Paul Townend was taking a breather. And Dunvegan was already squeezing along. So I think he still had heaps in the tank. I think he would have won. I think he would have won impressively. And if he had won impressively, what price would he be? Probably 20 to 1. He's 33 to 1 at the moment with most firms. So he's obviously not particularly fancied. You know, is he good enough to get to the Arkle? I'm not sure. In a normal year's Arkle, I'd tell you no. But in this year's Arkle, I'm just looking at it and going, this is a useless race. And you looked at how it went last year. You know, say, I don't know, one of Lorena or Fakir Dudaries, for some unfortunate reason, gets injured. Then there's only one of them left. And this is what happened last year. We had Larichburg was a lovely horse. And it just all fell apart, and the race ended up being a poor race. And if it ends up being a poor race, this horse could get into it and could run a big race. I think he'll certainly win a beginner's chase in Ireland very soon. And I think after that, you might be able to think whether this horse can maybe have a each-way squeak at 33s for the Arkle. And the other one is in the RSA Novices Chase. And this is one I'd be more convinced that he will run at Cheltenham. I'm not sure whether Brecon will or not, but I've kind of taken the punt. I think this horse will run at Cheltenham. I'm just not sure whether they're running the JLT or the RSA. This weekend's run will probably decide that. And it's a horse that you guys know I love a lot, is Windsor Avenue, trained by Brian Ellison. I'm going to stick my neck out on the line here and say that this horse is in one of the top 3 novice chasers at any distance in England. I think this is an exceptional horse, and it's just classic northern trainer stuff, that we must overlook them because they're from the north. Because he wins a race at Sedgefield, that the second, beaten 15 lengths, has won by 11 lengths since. Western Rider was beaten around 22 lengths in third. He's won since. And he beat a 153 rated hurdler in Ballymoy, who the time before had only finished 2 lengths behind Nube Negra at Warwick by 12 lengths at Carlisle, I think, in his second stab at chasing. He's a wonderful jumper. I'd be very, very keen on him this weekend. He's running against Sam Spinner at Doncaster. The only reason I see him getting beat on Saturday is that Sam Spinner outstays him. And that's because he's only really been running over 2.5. But he looks a 3-mile chaser. He jumps like a 3-mile chaser. And I just don't like the look of this RSA market. I think it's a strong market. There's good horses. I'm not going to tell you that Champ is not a good horse. But I am going to tell you that Champ can't jump. And these horses, we bang on. What a great engine. What a good horse. How has he done that? In the big races, they let you down. In the big races, they will fall. They will find something too good. Champ was all the rage last year. And what happens? I tell you all to lump on City Island, and City Island does them easy. City Island, I don't think will run in the RSA, because he's starting over 2-1. I think he'll run in the JLT, which I don't know whether that's the right idea or not, considering Sam Crow's in that. But I think the 3-mile division not it's exploitable. I think it's strong, but I think Windsor Avenue is a much better horse than 95% of people are giving him credit for. I think he's an absolute machine, and I'm hoping that he can advertise that on Saturday and will contract in the market. He's 33 to 1 with William Hill. He's around 25 to 1 with everyone else. William Hill is the one outlier in that market, but he's going on my list. 33 to 1 for the RSA Chase, Windsor Avenue. So to sum up, we've got one that we need to get on the team in Envoi Allen. He's at 7 to 2 for the Supreme Novices. And then Brecon as a bit of a pot shot for a weak-looking Arkle at 33 to 1, and Windsor Avenue, who I think is a great horse, at 33 to 1 for the RSA Chase. As always, if you did enjoy the video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel down below. Always means a lot. Your interaction, your subscribes, your likes, all mean a lot to me, and hopefully we can keep this going. I'll probably have day-by-day selections over Christmas at Leopardstown, and try to get a few more videos up for you guys as well. So until next time, hope you get on those big prices, and hopefully we can bang in a big winner this year at the Cheltenham Festival. Best of luck.